Welcome to Premier 7, everyone. I am your host, Ryan Nelson. Tonight is a special night for the Jamaica Men's National Team as it relates to two players of importance. These players have been in the newspapers quite often, and the Jamaican fans are very much concerned about them. As we can express, and by way of knowledge, the Jamaica men's national team midfield needs an immense boost. And with names such as Isaac Hayden and Lewis Baker being ideal options to come in to play for the national team, then in all likeliness, we're hoping that the JFF can have these players recruited because guess what? Our Coach Steve McLaren, have that interest in recruiting these two players. And today on Premier 7, I want to answer the question or to speak on the statement Hayden and Baker potential impact on the Jamaica men's national team if recruited. Join Premier 7 right now for the big chat. Take the risk or lose the chance. I repeat, take the risk or lose the chance. This quote is unknown. However, this quote speaks value about the Jamaica men's national team looking to potentially boost the midfield and, of course, to the players in an Isaac Hayden and Lewis Baker to take the opportunity to make a difference for their international career. People, I hope that you all are embracing the moment as Premier 7 is here on board to speak volume or to speak to bring about a change. Of course, today's topic is based on this statement Hayden and Baker potential impact on the Jamaica men's national team if recruited. That is not a question. That is a statement that I myself will tackle. Following up on this, I want to speak in regards to a few more pointers. Hayden and Baker, the general news reaction. Hayden and Baker, profile details reviewed, well revealed, and will be discussed. And of course, a question Hayden and Baker. Should JFF and coach Steve McLaren speed up their recruitment process? That is very crucial. And of course, the final question that will be answered today is Hayden and Baker. How would they fit in the national team if recruited? I mean, people, as you can see above, Premier 7 have 1,628 subscribers. Please go ahead and subscribe if you're new. And if you are already an watcher or supporter of the channel, please go ahead and, drop your comments, drop your like, and you know what else to do. So I have to say a big thank you to the fans who saw the need to react to the poll that was being posted today on the 19th of October 2024 as it speaks to the question club football has resumed, hence international football paused. What should the Jamaica Football Federation attempt to complete to aid the Jamaican men's national team midfield crisis? So it is basically asking if they should go for a Lewis Baker, an Isaac Hayden, or get them both. So you're seeing that the channel poll received 105 votes, with 78% saying that it is best to have both of them recruited. And thereafter, the minority says get in a Baker, whilst the less proportion says get an Isaac Hayden. So 19% for get in a Baker, 3% says get in Isaac, 78% says get them both. And I have to big up all the persons who have dropped their comment on this. Nigel Smith, big up yourself. El Grandino, big up yourself. If I pronounce the name properly, forgive me if I don't. Um, Diddy Dunn, big up yourself. And Siobhan Givens, big up yourself. So, people, let's just jump into what makes this video an important one. Let's revisit the news feed that was being supplied to the world on the two players. And let me start off with the man himself and Isaac Hayden. So I'm going in based on the order of the thumbnails. So people, as I've said before, please smash a like on the video and drop your comments in the comment section, as Premier 7 will be here to react and respond to your questions or statements. All right, so the flashback surrounding the news on potentially the recruitment of a Isaac Hayden, and I won't read this for too long. It was supplied via Sportsmax on the 17th, just a few days from today, where it states Newcastle United's Isaac Hayden to switch allegiance to Jamaica, reports suggest. All right, so Newcastle United midfielder Isaac Hayden is said to switch his international allegiance to Jamaica from England, according to a report from Team Talk. The 29-year-old midfielder, who has represented England from under 16 to under 21 levels, has never earned a senior cap for the Three Lions, making him eligible to switch under FIFA regulation. Hayden, who qualifies for Jamaica through his father, has agreed to join Steve McLaren Reggae Boyz as they aim to qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Fantastic news. What do you think so far, people? Which will be held in North America. The paperwork for the switch is reportedly being finalized ahead of Jamaica November international fixtures. Let me repeat this part once more. The paperwork for a switch is reportedly being finalized ahead of Jamaica November fixtures. People. So we can come to the conclusion then to say that for the November fixtures, we can expect to see an Isaac Hayden representing the Jamaica Men's National Team. Smash a like on this video if you are impressed, or drop a comment if you are not of that interest. But people, I mean, with that being said, we all can remember when Isaac Hayden did the interview. And I mean, several persons spoke about that, but I just want to revisit such. For me personally, hearing the clip, I was not impressed. But when I look on it from a human's perspective, I can say that if I was in Isaac Hayden's position, then more so I would like to play for my home country. But based on how the questions were being dished out at him, then I won't say he had to choose an England, but based on what he was thinking of, based on his priority at that moment, then England would be the main country for his dream destination. If you look on football on a wider scale, then you can realize that not only Jamaica has such challenge, France do have that challenge. United States do have that challenge. England do have that challenge. All big nations have challenge, whereas players may not be born in them in those countries, and you have to try to get them playing for that country by with conviction, not only by a word, but show them what you can offer. And I'm not speaking about only money, but build with them a relationship, whereas you can show them that this is what the country is all about, the culture, and the list goes on. Right? So for Isaac Hayden, as I've said earlier on, based on the news written in Sportsmax paper, before November fixtures, we can see then, if all goes well, and Isaac Hayden will be representing the Jamaica Men's National Team. Brace on yourself for that one, the people. All right, so I am doing it in portions by portion. So an Isaac Hayden, then a Lewis Baker. So let's look on the news now on Lewis Baker. And I think Lewis Baker's situation could be a bit different, seeing that the interview that Isaac Hayden did was different from any interview that Lewis Baker would have done surrounding Jamaica football. But I think all players who were born in England or in any country that has a huge caliber of world class footballers, or let's say better football, they would more so want to play for their home countries. And I think you all would agree with that, right? So let's look on the news for Lewis Baker. So Stoke City midfielder set to be handed World Cup chance after agreement reached. This comes like a transfer window. Lewis Baker was a regular goal scorer for England at the youth level, but is now set to switch his allegiance. That sounds a bit strange. You are a regular goal scorer, but now we're going to switch your allegiance? Is it a case of which Lewis Baker realized from his own observation that England will not choose him because there are other players ahead of him? For example, a Phil Foden, a Jude Bellingham, you know, Declan Rice, and the list goes on. Even though Tuchel comes in, do you think Tuchel would have chosen a Lewis Baker, a Isaac Hayden? That's a no-brainer. No, he wouldn't. Not to say that these players aren't good players, but there are players ahead of them in the packing order. And we have to just appreciate the fact that we can have a chance to get them in because World Cup 2026 is our biggest dream. And guess what? We have to believe, right? We have to believe. And a big up, of course, to Fatal Flair. A big up to Fatal Flair because he's the man who produced an amazing song for the Jamaica Men's National Team people. You can check him out on YouTube and give him your support as well. Let's get back the show on board. All right, so to continue with the news here on Lewis Baker. So Lewis Baker has reportedly agreed to switch his international allegiance for a shot to play at the World Cup. So he wants to play in the World Cup. And I mean, that is a prestigious opportunity that he wants. And I think if he comes to play for Jamaica, I think he will add some boost to our midfield. And I think you guys would have agreed with that as well, right? All right. So moving forward, the 29-year-old Stoke City midfielder, who is currently on loan at Blackburn Rovers, was an England regular for under 17s to under 21s as he came through the ranks at Chelsea. He scored regularly too, including 8 goals in 17 appearances for the under 21s, winning the Tullow Tournament Golden Boot in 2016. That is about 8 years ago. But he has now been headhunted by Steve McLaren to play for Jamaica as they try to secure a place at the 2026 World Cup in North and Central America. TBR Football claims he has answered in the affirmative and paperwork is being finalized for him to make a change. People. Paperwork has been finalized for him to make a change. How fast will that be? Only God will tell. But both players are 29 years old, just like Ethan Pinnock and Damian Lowe. But this is a different situation. Damian Lowe and Ethan Pinnock, they are playing for Jamaica already. And big up to Ethan Pinnock, who has scored against my team, Manchester United. But guess what? We won the game. I mean, it looks good for Jamaica by way of the paperwork's being, in quotation, finalized for these two players to play. So is it a case of which we can expect both of them in the November window, whereas international football is going to be replayed, or to continue. That's the right word. Only time will tell. So, people, so far so good. We have that opportunity to have two new midfielders playing for the Jamaica Men's National Team, and it would be a blessing to me, because if these two players hit their best of best levels, then I think they will exceed some of the players who we currently have. I would not say that, oh, because they are playing for, or they were playing in England at the under 17s, or let's say under 21s level, they are better than our players. I will leave that for you, the fans, to have your own say. All right. So, how about speaking about the next segment of the video surrounding Hayden and Baker profile details revealed and discussed? So, I mean, remember, I let you guys know that these two players are 29 years of age. They do have a few more years in them, and a few years from now will be 2026. So they will be about 30, 31, 32, they're about whichever month they are born. All right, so let's talk about Isaac Hayden by way of something very crucial here. Something very crucial here. All right, so I'm going to use SOFA score because I think it is more detailed in relation to what I want to talk about the player. Point to note that Isaac Hayden is a player who has strengths surrounding aerial duels, passing, dribbling, ball interception, no significant weaknesses. He likes to play short passes. So whenever it comes on to short passes, we need somebody in the midfield to control the game, make the rightful passes. No long ball. People would want to say uh, a Mason Holgate in this case, but hell no, I won't call the name too often. But we need for somebody to control the game in the midfield, or to make the rightful passes, short passes, as what was being said about and Isaac Hayden. All right, so moving along in regards to what he's about. He's 187 centimeter in terms of height, so we can expect some heights, whereas our midfield is concerned, aerial duels, clearance, possible square headers as well. That is a plus. All right, so looking on the Premier League statistics here in 2021-2022, that is the best one I can get here from the site. Average SOFA score rating 6.60. His best game was November the 6th, whereas his rating was 7.6. Others being 6.4, 6.2, 6.6, 6.6. Again, some good teams like Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City. All right, so am I speaking about the right player here? Yes, I am. Isaac Hayden. Good. So, total played so far in that time was 14, started in 12, score a goal, right? Scrolling down, touches 35.4. Let's look on the defensive part here. Nothing much really to show here, but others successful dribbling, let's say 60%. Total duels 1, 52%. Ground duels 1, 51%. Aerial duels 1, 56%. So that is somewhat average for an Isaac Hayden in that case. Scrolling up on the heated map, we can see that to the right hand side of the map, we're seeing that he's more dominant over by that side. So he will be more controlling in that area. But I mean, there could be changes that could take place in the formation for the Jamaica Men's National Team. But it looks quite dominant for him in that position, whereas he would be the person who will be that CDM type of, hopefully a maestro for the Jamaica Men's National Team. As we can see here on screen, that Isaac Hayden is that man who can be a CM or a midfielder, not in a defensive way, but more so he will be the DM that Jamaica wants. And for the championship, though, his average so far with his 16 appearances is 6.82. All right, his attributes review: attack 45. I think CRE is 45 as well. TCE, technique, 49. Defense, 55. Tackles, 48. Could be better. Could be better, people. But that is what we have so far in regards to what we can expect to see from an Isaac Hayden. Now, how about a Lewis Baker? Is he better? Is he better? It's like I'm playing a game here. So for Lewis Baker people, the man that most persons would say, let's get in a Lewis Baker instead, man. I think I would love to see them both though. So for Lewis Baker, quite shorter than or lower in height than Isaac Hayden, 182 centimeters for him. But to let you know, for a Lewis Baker on our end, I am seeing that long shots, very strong, direct free kicks, strong, taking set pieces, strong, key passes, strong, blocking the ball, strong, tackling is a weakness. He does not dive into tackles, likes to shoot from a distance. So we can say this is the man who we want to play as an 8 for the national team. Hopefully all goes well. We can get in a Lewis Baker. All right. So people, let me hear your thoughts, of course, in the comment section. This is a platform for us all to, you know, to have our say and to share our points. And I'm seeing a few comments here from J123 Sports. Jamaica Reggae Boyz needs the best in the business. Seeing that World Cup 2026 is the dream. Absolutely. And also from Content Grassy Mountain, Jamaica Men's National Team needs an upliftment. Let's see what the gods above will do. Sound like a Thomas Tuchel there. All right. So, I mean, for a Lewis Baker, we're seeing that so far in the Championship 2024-25 season, he has played about 7 games, started 2. But his rating though is 6.82, slightly above a Isaac Hayden. All right, so scrolling down, we want to see other things here. Successful dribbling 50%, total duels 147, ground duels 50, aerial duels 33. We cannot use statistics to let or to finalize the say about if players are good or they are not good, because guess what? Players will have bad games, players will have bad seasons, but when you know when a player is a top player is when they're consistent or you see a lot of brilliance that they can do. They just need to be brushed up a bit more or a lot more. All right, so I won't discard a Lewis Baker because I mean this guy is a poacher of the ball from distance and he can take set pieces, direct free kicks. Jamaica needs a perfect 8, but we need an 8 and we need a 10? Not really, but a DM in that case. So the heated map shows here, it's not in red. I think it's because he plays in less of the 7 games. He only started in 2. So there's nothing much more to show here based on the statistics, or nothing much to really reveal about him on the statistics here. But he is that player who can score goals, as was being expressed in the news. But look on the championship here, 26 appearances, 6.98, almost 7. So that shows that this guy is doing something that others may not be doing. And his strength is to pass the ball as well. And for him, I would love to see him as the 8. Even though he can play as a DM, I don't think it will be the best thing for him. All right. So we're coming down to the nitty-gritty part of the video, people. And I think the fans here on the channel really and truly are embracing the good stuffs, because we need a lot more from the Jamaica Men's National Team, and the team needs that support. But people, the team has to perform for us to, to give them the ratings that they deserve. Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment in time. But people, remember to subscribe to Premier 7. As you can see, I have 1,628 subscribers. I would love to reach at least 1,635 at the end of this video. It will be a blessing. All right. Yes. So, of course, a big up to the Reggae Boyz fans group as well. Yeah, you have some good people in that group, such as Fatal Flair. Remember to check out his song that he has done for the Jamaica Men's National Team. All right, big up yourself, Fatal Flair. All right, all right. So where was I? I was talking about mm, Louis Baker, of course. I was talking about him. All right, that part was out of the way. So I want to touch up on the other section of the video that speaks about Hayden and Baker. Should JFF and coach Steve McLaren speed up their recruitment process? Remember, the news feed stated that their paper, in quotations, are more so finalized. Let me utilize are more so finalized. Right? You can check it out for yourselves. Um, what to start off by saying though? We need energy in the midfield. We need passes in the midfield. We need ball controllers. We need goal scorers. We need a lot of upliftment. We need some dominant attributes that will, you know, cause some form of issues for the opposition teams. And who we have currently in our midfields, they aren't up to scratch. They aren't up to scratch. I don't think the players are bad that we currently have, but we need players of better quality or players who can come right in and make an impact. Anderson is young, I think he's 20 years of age. Sometimes he's been placed in positions that doesn't suit his style of play or doesn't suit him as yet. He needs more development. Lati Bodier is a utility player. He can play center back. He can play, I think, right back. I think he even plays on the wing when I saw the, the video, not the video, but the lineup today for his team Coventry. But he's more so like a midfield. I think he has his good games, but he's still fresh to certain positions and needs to be worked on some more. Casey Palmer as an 8, he has his ups and downs. So there are players in those players listed, but we need players who can come in and don't take long to adjust. So we need these two players, and I don't think it would be a bad idea if we have them both in. It would be better to have them both. Right, people? Drop your comments in the comment section, of course, to let me know if you agree or disagree. So Coach Steve McLaren has been chasing for one and Isaac Aiden. No, I think he spoke to him, but he was chasing a Lewis Baker. I think he saw the need that we need goal scorers, right? And I think Isaac Hayden will be the person to be defensive for Jamaica more so in that midfield era. But for a Lewis Baker, he will be the man to take the free kicks. Imagine you have a Demarai Gray, Baker, and let's say a Bob Reid over that ball. It gives us some form of conviction that we can even at least hit the post or the crossbar. But it's a no-brainer to me. I think JFF and Coach Steve McLaren should try their best to get these players over the line. I won't say to speed up the process because it is in process already, and some things do take time. So I believe that these two players will be amazing for the Jamaica Men's National Team, hopefully. But only time will tell, because sometimes you can get in the best players in, and the best players who you thought would be top class just fade away. All right. So the final part of the video, I will be talking about Hayden and Baker. How would they, that needs to be corrected here, how would they fit in if recruited? What the hell is happening here? How would they fit in if recruited? All right. So I have something to show here on screen, people. I'm going to share the screen with you surrounding the players that I just placed in a potential lineup. It is not the final Jamaica team, but players who we have, I have to use them. I cannot speak about those that I don't have. So I'm going to go for a 4-2-3-1, seeing that that is the formation that Coach Steve McLaren is accustomed to. All right. In goal, Andre Bake. Back 4, Lembikisa, Low, Pinnock, Bell. Maybe some persons would say Lati Bodier instead of a Low. or a Bernard, but I think these two, Pinnock and Lowe, is okay. Midfield, Hayden and Baker. Above them, we have Bailey, Gray, and Reed up front, Michael Antonio. Not the strongest team that persons would like to see going into the World Cup to start, but we have some players there who can do the job quite well if everything goes well. So Baker and Hayden will be the players who will sit at the base of the midfield. Remember that Anderson and Latibodier, they can become better players. I think if Baker and Hayden hits their best shape or form, they will be above those two players. Hayden will be the man to control this side. He will be the man to control this side, right? And Baker will be the man to do something like this. Maybe there'll be a time when the formation will go like this: a 4-1-4-1 or a 4-3-3. You never know what can happen, but the usefulness of the players here in a Hayden and a Baker, we have to ensure that this is the rightful midfield combination. Because then again, some persons may not use a Bobby Reed as the number 10. Some persons may say, why not use a Casey Palmer? Why not use a Ravel Morrison? I think if Ravel Morrison starts to click in the league that he's in right now, then more so, he will become that number 10. I think there are other persons like Ryan LFC from Elite Sports TV. He's a huge fan of this guy in a Ravel Morrison, and I cannot discard anyone's preference. But not only him, a lot of Jamaican fans love a Ravel Morrison. Paul Pogba spoke about Ravel Morrison being the best player in his time. But let's bring such into the present time. Because remember in the past, then Hayden wanted to play for England, and I think Baker as well, more so would have been playing for England because he was scoring a lot of goals. But the page do turn. So back to the present moment. Let me see this comment from my friend in a Jordan Seaton, Liverpool fan. Big up yourself, Jordan Seaton, as you mentioned here. Great points made, bro. Blessings. He's one of my regular supporters on the channel. He's a huge Liverpool fan. Liverpool will be playing Chelsea tomorrow. All the best, my bro. All right. So back to what I was saying here. So I believe that these two guys can do well for Jamaica if all goes well in terms of their shape, form, mentality, physicality, accustomed to the Jamaican environment, the team, the fan base. It's all about adjusting fast. No injuries will be ideal for us. So this guy Baker, this is him, the passes, the free kicks, the shots. Baker, Hayden. This is Hayden right here. Yeah, man, controlling the area here, taking the ball from the back, making past the Gray, making past the Billy, making past the Reed, and sometimes make some dink pass to a Antonio, or can give it to Bobby Reed, and he do the dirty works here by banging the net. And Jamaica will be playing against the United States very soon, so I mean we need to put USA to bed once and for all, man. But there are some teams that do have our tickets, man. Because when I used to play cricket at the high school level, I never can have any victory against Taki High School in cricket. So I think it's a point that I can say it is relatable. So back to Seaton, he said that great points made, my bro. If Jamaica gets their card right, the dream for 2026 World Cup can and will be a reality. I certainly hope for the best in the Liverpool game as well. Keep up the good work. Blessings. So he's differentiating between, or is making this point separate for the Jamaica Men's National Team and also for the Liverpool team, of course, and he wants Premier 7 to continue. If I was in England, United States, I would really appreciate a super chat or a super thanks, but I don't think in Jamaica we get those things so much. Anyway, we have to continue until things get better. But all the best, of course. Liverpool is that team that is leading the Premier League table right now, and Chelsea is in a good shape, very good form as well. So that game will be a battle between two informed teams, even though the most recent results are draws. 1-1, those scores lines. So only tomorrow can reveal to us. All right. So that is the lineup that I went with. I mean, it could be better based on other persons sharing their points, but I share what I think, and of course, not a problem if you have any differences with what I listed. So, people, I just want to show you something now as to why I spoke about those two players in a Isaac Hayden and a Lewis Baker. So let me do a comparison here with Hayden and Lewis Baker. So right here, where you see the attributes overview, look where you're seeing the attributes overview right there. So Baker is in the green and Hayden is in the blue. Now you will understand the importance of these two players. No. Attacking wise, we want for a Lewis Baker to be more attacking, 59 to 45. Creativity, a Baker above a Hayden. So basically, you give him the license to go more forward. Yes, he'll be partnering and balancing things there, but he will be more of the creator. Technicality or technique, they are somewhat close, but again, Lewis Baker, he's a creative 8. Now, defensively, Isaac Hayden outdo him. 47 for Baker, 55 for Hayden. Tackles, 44 for Baker, 48 for and Hayden. If the entire video did not make any sense from a certain point, this point is the point that you should listen to, because it provides a differentiation or a distinction between both players, whereas you can understand the basic attributes that these players will more so be better at. All right, so people, I applaud the turnout for the video. 14, 15 views, absolutely amazing, and it's coming down to the nitty gritty. Whereas I am going to go now. Remember, the topic that was being discussed now, people, is Hayden and Baker potential impact on the Jamaica Men's National Team if recruited. If recruited, not a question, a statement. Read the papers, listen to the videos, listen to other persons, become accustomed. It is full time for Jamaica to step up and perform. Me no like see the 1-1, me no like see the nil, me no like see Jamaica lose. We're yet to play consistent football. We're yet to dominate games. We're yet to win games convincingly, like say 2-0 in say 3 games straight or 2 games straight. When out of them things from Wapikil Philip up until this date, Jamaica isn't playing any top football. And I mean, we believe in our national team, but let's face the reality. We are overrated. We are overrated. And I think we have to realize that our team is being hyped up. But if we get in a Baker and a Isaac and a Mason Greenwood, possibly, or Reece James, he would have been injured, or Reece Nelson, then, it will be a blessing for us. Fatal Flair official, big up yourself. He is the man that made the song, people. Believe no man. Listen to him on YouTube. Support his song, because his song will be the song that I know or I believe will wave the flag for Jamaica in the World Cup progressive stage. And hopefully we make it to the World Cup. His song will be all over the globe. All right. So, Jamaica, we can make it if we try. Right? So don't bash Baker. Well, we will bash him a bit. But don't bash, no. And Isaac Hayden. The talk was being made in the past, but we all made mistakes. And we have to look forward to make things better. My people, before I go, let me just big up some people here, or some page, or some content creators. The group, Reggae Boyz fans, big up yourself. Big up to Sports Prophecy, JT. Big up to I Maxit, JD or Billy Diamond. Big up to Gunners Podcast with Delan and Decanio. Big up to 433 Presser. Big up to MG Sports TV. Big up to Elite Sports TV. Ryan, you know you me attack. Big up to Manning's Man. Big up to the other persons that I don't mention their name. Big up to the whole of Jamaica fan base. It's Premier 7 with the good works. It's Premier 7 with the love and the unbiased decisions. Big up on yourself, people. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Remember to make this video become one that you all will pay attention to. And drop your comments in the comment section as Premier 7 is here to say bye-bye to you. So, bless up. This was a blessed live. I wanted to be on air, but internet problems. So I have to sit behind the scenes. I'm out. Take care and goodbye for now.